So, it's a big week, baby. It's a big week to be a Bengals fan. Ooh, ooh. Hold on. I should have had these in the background. I'm sorry about that. Baby. You see it? You see it? You want to be it, don't you? Ooh, 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 ooh. This the old Bengals. This the new Bengals. These Bengals that complained about money. These are Bengals that are paying that money. Huge day. Huge week. We've been waiting. Loyal Bengal fans have been waiting. T. Higgins got his money. Jamar Chase got his money. It was funny because I kept complaining and we're not doing anything in free agency and blah, blah, blah. Come to find out, I was getting some DMs from a couple players. They was like, chill, Gary. It's going to happen. We're on it. I was like, all right, I'm going to chill. And then, in fact, I made a post on Instagram and I deleted it because a couple guys like, chill, bruh. When you talk about this much money and two big-time players, it just takes a minute to make sure, he's getting this much this year, this much that year. So we got money to pay other people. But they got it done. I don't care. I don't care how much money they made. Jamar made it like 160. T made 115. I just want him on the team. I'll leave all that money stuff to everybody else. So I think what was funny, I don't know if anybody picked up on this. There was numerous people, Ryan Clark, ESPN. There's just been a bunch of people all over Fox Sports and NFL Network, and ESPN kept saying the Bengals are cheap. This is why nobody wants to go there. This is why nobody plays there, because they're cheap. Then they pay. Keep in mind, 2 years ago, they paid Joe Burrow, made him the highest paid quarterback at that time. 2 years later, Jamar Chase now the highest paid wide receiver. Highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. T. Higgins is one of the highest paid wide receivers. And now they said, well, they overpaid. They don't have enough money for the defense. I'm like, so you can't have it both ways. Either the Bengals are cheap or they overpay. It doesn't make sense. And that's what everybody said. Well, now I'm worried about their defense. I ain't gonna pay their defense. They're gonna figure it out. Just like they're gonna figure it out. This is what I know. It's a new regime. Joe Burrow has a lot to do with this. And if you don't think he does, look at his reaction when T and Jamar go to the locker room. Joe's the first one there to hug him. They were trying to dap him up. Joe's like, nah, hug it. And then at the very end of it, you hear Burrow say, big money in here right now. I'm like, so you can't tell me a quarterback has that kind of reaction is because he has something to do with it. That wasn't somebody in the peanut gallery just waiting to see if it plays out. No, he was actively in, I'm sure, the coach's ears, the front office's ears, telling them, this is what we need. And you don't want another Carson Palmer. You don't want disgruntled people. And I think I heard somebody say it sends a nice message to anybody that gets drafted by the Bengals that if you perform here and you deliver, we're going to make sure you stay on the team. And that hasn't always been the case, a la Jesse Bates, a.k.a. Jesse Bates. But, yeah, it's a nice feeling to know if I ball out and I give everything I got for this team. Because say what you want about T, he's been hurt a few times, but he's played hurt too. Jamar doesn't get, he's pretty durable. And then, they give their all, they sacrifice their body, and you get rewarded for it. So I think Burrow said it, we can't keep letting good players leave our building. And not only good players, but good locker room guys. We don't have those diva wide receivers that a lot of teams have. Wide receiver is the diva position in the NFL, and that is not Jamar and T. They just want to play ball, make their money, go home, win. That's it. That's all Joe Burrow wants. He just wants to play football, make some money. That's it. Win a championship. And then I think it's good for the locker room. There's no bitterness towards each other. Because I heard Matt Hasselbeck say on Colin Cowherd's talk show, he said, he's not even going to lie. He goes, when he's with the Seahawks, he goes, I'm balling out, and the other guys are balling out for the Seahawks. We're giving you everything we got. And then when they bring in free agents, the free agents gets flown in on a private jet. They get wined and dined by the owners and coaches. And Matt Hasselbeck was like, I never got to fly on Paul Allen's private jet. I never got taken out to eat. So it does send a message like, yo, you play for us, you ball for us, we're going to reward you. We're not looking elsewhere. We're not looking for somebody else's wide receiver. We're not looking for somebody else's quarterback. Nah, you play for us, we want you here. I think this is the most, as far as Cincinnati sports goes, this Jamar and T signing is probably the biggest since Ken Griffey Jr. came here from Seattle. I just remember how I felt. It just came out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, Ken Griffey's on the team, and I was like, oh my God, the excitement. It feels similar to that. Like, nobody thought T. Higgins was coming back. And what we found out later was T. Higgins fired his old agent, hired Jamar Chase's agent, and Jamar and T's agent, Rocky Arsenault, he said, things changed after Burrow went to the Super Bowl, after the Combine. I think a lot of people thought T's going to sign the one-year deal, and then they were going to trade him. And then something happened, and it changed. And then Rocky, and I'm sure what Jamar's nudging, was like, look, we're not signing Jamar. We're signing Jamar and T. It's a package deal. You want to make it happen, let's work Jamar's deal out at the same time we're working T's it out. But we're not doing one without the other. So whatever Jamar makes, we got to see how much is left for T to make and vice versa. And I'm just going, man, that doesn't happen a lot in sports, that you got a quarterback looking out for his wide receivers and then one wide receiver looking out for the other wide receiver. And T probably could have made more money outside of Cincinnati. And what nobody's saying is, I'm sure, and I got no basis for this, but remember this, I am sure at some point Tyler Boyd told T, yo, be careful. Because Tyler went from getting the ball from Joe Burrow, and before that, Andy Dalton. You say what you want about Andy. Andy was a decent quarterback. And he's like, then he went to Tennessee. And Tyler was getting like 2-3 balls a game. And I'm sure it was open a lot more than that. And he was probably like, bro, I can't imagine. I've talked to numerous NFL wide receivers, and they all said nothing saps them more than running their routes the whole game and the quarterback either not making the right reads or tucking the ball and running. That's the biggest issue I've heard with running quarterbacks is if you're the second or third option, a lot of times these running quarterbacks, they fall in love with the run and they take off and you're like, dude, I was open. You just didn't see me. And I'm sure Tyler went through that this year with Tennessee. And I'm sure there was times he was open. And for whatever reason, the quarterback didn't make the right read, got the ball there late. So I'm sure Tyler was like, yo, because T could have made more money. He could have been on a team, but does he really want to be on a team with a shitty quarterback that's not going to get him the ball? So now he's a wide receiver, and then people are looking at him different. And T's young. 4 years, he can sign another 4-year deal. At that point, go to a shitty team because hopefully the Bengals got 4 Super Bowl rings. Yeah, I'm thinking like as positive as I can. So it's just, look, it's a good day to be a Bengals fan. It's a good day, baby. It's a good day. The old school met the new school. Jamar and T, they deserve every penny they get. Burrow deserves all the money. Come on now. Let me ask you this. You rather have a great defense and a terrible offense or a great offense and a terrible defense? I'll take the great offense because, like I said, you never feel like you're out of the game with a great offense. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm just excited, man. I'm so excited about it. I can't wait till the schedule comes out. Baby, it's a good day, Bengals fans. It's a good day. Ooh, ooh. Get out my face.